Anyway, okay, now I remember what I was going to say. Another thing that helps you when you're trying to write a speech is to follow the notion of questions of fact, questions of policy, and questions of the third thing, which I'll remember in a minute. The question of fact is you're saying how far away is Iraq from Mexico or something like that. And then that's something that you can prove. It's a quantifiable fact. You can measure it. You can go to the World Book or whatever it is. Now, when you have a question of fact, that's not something that you want to do for your persuasive speech. That would be an informative speech. The next two things, I remember the word, we have questions of policy and questions of value. Now, a question of value is it wrong to smoke pot? Is it wrong? Or is it right? Now, you take the same topic, should we legalize pot? And that becomes a question of policy. So the policy is to do, should we, usually it has the word should we, and even if it doesn't, then it's to do with a law or the legality of something, or, so your death penalty question would be that, should the death penalty be the law in all 50 states or something? And the question again of the second one I just said a minute ago, the question of value. The question of value would be more like, is it ethical to do this? Now, I happen to think that the question of value does not really make for a very convincing or, not interesting, but it's kind of like a weak and watered down persuasive speech most of the time, because instead of saying, should this be legalized? No, because of this and because of that, or yes, because, like some of you had, I want to talk about drunk driving, I want to talk about this in your last speech, or in your baby speeches, the informative baby speeches. And remember what I told you, I said, this would really, if you can stay away from saying, we should do this, we should legalize this, we should make this not legal, or whatever, outlaw it, that really veers into the topic of a persuasive speech. It's more okay to be emotional in a persuasive speech than it is to be emotional in an informative speech, because the informative speech you're like, okay, we all knew that it's going to, we're going to talk for 5 or 6 minutes, why do we have to choose something that is going to upset us and whatever. But the other one, it just means you have feelings. There's nothing wrong with having feelings. I'm Egyptian, as you know, and we have very deep feelings about, I hate pepperoni pizza, or whatever it is. So yeah. So those are sort of the guidelines that I'd like to share with you for the choosing or the selection of your speech topics. I mean, I'll give you some ideas here, but don't take it exactly as is. Just put your own spin on it. Should we legalize? And then there's several things: prostitution, there's drugs, there's for those of you who are like libertarians, is it ethical to have government involvement? That kind of thing. Now, I want to warn you that when you do these things, I mean, you could come off as, well, let's just put it this way. After the speech is finished, I would erase it from YouTube if you can, merely because I know that in other countries, like for example in Egypt, if you say your opinion and someone hears about it, you could go to jail. And people have gone to jail, and in fact, one young man died not even 2 months ago. May God rest his soul, because he said, I don't agree with the policy of this country or whatever. And thank God you have the freedom here in America that you wouldn't, for the most part, get in trouble, but you never know. And if you say something, even if you're just being the devil's advocate, in a class like this, when you have your videos uploaded and there's the chance that your name could be known, not that I would share it, of course, or the video, but you just want to be safe if you can. And for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, who haven't been lectured about life in other countries like the Middle East, you probably think, oh, Miss Sally went on another tangent, she went insane. But it's really a big issue, and it's getting to be a bigger issue, especially, here in America. Now, they're telling you teachers can't wear a cross or a headscarf, or so the civil liberties of people are actually starting to become a little bit more or less, yes, that's a new term. Anyway, hopefully that answered all the questions about what topic should you choose. Oh, I was going to tell you some ideas. The legalization of stuff, should something be outlawed, and you can choose anything that you're for or against. I know one of the young ladies had a speech, actually 3 of the young ladies had speeches on ADHD, the over-medicalization, they should have mandatory testing, all sorts of things like that. So if you want to do something like that, something that's wrong or right in your school, Should it be mandatory to wear a uniform? Should people have to go to college in order to get, I don't even know. Like, I'm just grasping at straws at this point. But I don't mind emotions, like going back to the whole notion of emotions, but if it's something that's really going to upset you so much that you're going to have to keep stopping and starting over again, it's probably better if you would avoid that topic. If it's something that will, bring up bad memories for you, I always advise not to do that. Choose something that you care about, but not something that you would live or die for, or that the memory of would hurt you enough that you would want to do something. So, yes, well, this is the third time I'm going to try to cut off the verbal diarrhea. But, yeah, anyway, email me if you have any questions. It's better on my Yahoo account if you're able to. It's sallybishai, SALLYBISHAI @yahoo.com, and there's no dot between my first and last name. Or just email me on the normal Bainbridge email, and hopefully I won't get booted from Georgia View again. Anyway, again, have a wonderful Thanksgiving, post-Thanksgiving week. Good luck or best wishes with all of your studies for your final exams. And if I can help in any way, just let me know. Anyway, take care, and I will see you all later.